Hello my dear students, so today we'll proceed up with the relationship between AM and GM, which means arithmetic mean and a geometric mean. So till yesterday class you have learned what is arithmetic mean and geometric mean. So we will see the relationship between it. So what we have taken, let A and G be arithmetic mean and geometric mean of two given positive real numbers A and B respectively. Then your A is arithmetic mean, how it is given, A plus B by 2, and G how it is given, root of AB. So next what you have to do, you have to minus is A minus G. What is A? A plus B divided by 2 minus root of AB. Next what we'll do, you can see you can take the LCM, right? So 2 is the LCM. A plus B, here it is 1. So LCM here 2. So multiplying 2 root AB. So you are getting A plus B minus 2 root AB divided by 2. So if you can see, the numerator is in root A minus root B the whole square identity. If you want, you can do it. You are getting root A minus root B the whole square whole divided by 2, which means this is positive, right? This is greater than or equal to, it can be equal to 0 also, whatever, but this is positive. You are not getting any negative sign here outside, so obvious this is positive. So here what you have, A minus G, if this is positive means the whole term is positive, right? Positive or greater than or equal to 0. So A minus G is greater than or equal to 0. So which means A, when your G goes here, minus becomes plus. So 0 plus G is G only. So A is greater than or equal to G. So technically the relationship is what? Your arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to your geometric mean. This is the relationship between it. Okay. So we will see the exercise part. So exercise 9.3, I have taken first question. Find the 20th and nth terms of the GP. 20th and nth term of GP, what they have given, 5 by 2, 5 by 4, 5 by 8, so on. So solution, first write down the given. So to find GP, obviously you have to use the formula. First we will write our A. What is our A term? That is first term, it is 5 by 2. See, this is GP, so here difference doesn't come, here comes R, that is common ratio. Ratio means how you have to divide it. In your AP you subtract, in your GP you should divide it. So what you're getting, 5 by 4 divided by 5 by 2. So technically how you can write, 5 by 4 into 2 by 5, right? So 5 get cancels, 2 1s are 2 2s are. So R you are getting 1 by 2. Now you have to find your 20th term and nth term, they are telling. So how GP is given? A R raised to n minus 1, right? N is equal to A R raised to n minus 1. So first we will find the nth term. We have taken it already. So we will write it. A n is equal to, A is what, our 5 by 2, yes, and our R is what, 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1, right, raised to n minus 1. See, here it is 5 by 2 means this, how I can write, 5 into 1 by 2 I can write, right, and here 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1. So here you can see 5. See this 1 by 2, 1 by 2, base is same, base is equal, your raised to it is n minus 1, here it is what, 1. So I can add up. So how I will do, 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1, and here it is plus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 get cancels. So what will get, 5 by 2, 5 into 1 by 2 raised to n. So basically if I write here, 1 raised to n by 2 raised to n. So 1 raised to n is 1 only, so 5 into 1 is 5 divided by 2 raised to n. So basically your nth term is what, 5 by 2 raised to n. This is your nth term. Again they are asking you 20th. So your formula what it becomes, A20 is equal to A R raised to 20 minus 1, right? N is equal to A into R raised to n minus 1, and n they have given here 20. A is what, 5 by 2. So how you are getting 5 by 2 into 1 by 2, 20 minus 1 is 19. In the same way, this is how I can take 5 into 1 by 2, 1 by 2, again base is same, so you can add up the powers. So what you will get, 1 by 2, 19 plus 1, 20. So your A20 will be 5 into 1 by 2, 20. In the same way, like this only also you can write it, that is 5 by 2 raised to 20. I hope this is clear for you how you have to do. Next is fourth question. See fourth question what they have given. The fourth term of a GP is a square of its second term and the first term is -3. Determine its seventh term. So basically here if you can see they are telling you to determine its seventh term, means A7 you have to find. First term they have given you -3. They are telling you to find A7 and only A we have got. We should get R also. So for R from where we will get? From the first sentence you see the fourth term of a GP is a square of its second term. From this we will find out our R. So what they are telling? Fourth term, which is A4 of a GP is means what? Equal to. In maths is means always equal to square of its second term. Second term square of its second term it is telling. Now A4 means AN, how it is given? ARN minus 1. So here it is A4. So how it will be? AR 4 minus 1, it becomes cube. Here A2. So 2 minus 1 is 1 square. I hope this is clear for you. We are making use of our formula. So AR cube, AR whole square, how I can write? A square R square. So 1 square 1 R get cancels, R square and 1 R get cancelled. So here remaining is R and here remaining is A. So from this you can see we have developed a relation that R is equal to A, and already first term they have given. First term means our A is given as 3. So R is equal to -3 because your A is equal to -3, right? So R also will be technically -3. So therefore we have A is equal to -3, R is equal to -3 to find out what is A7, right? And even here N is equal to 7. Everything we have got. Now we will find out, that is A7, AR raised to 7 minus 1. Here on L, right? Okay, A is what mine? -3, R is -3, 7 minus 1 is 6, right? Minus into minus becomes plus. So here 3, multiply this 3 raised to 6 times. So either you can do 3 base same, 6 plus 1 7, 3 raised to 7, or separately 3 raised to 6, and you can do in such way also, multiply 3. Okay. So the answer is 2187. I hope this is clear for you. Next pattern we have, they are telling find the sum to indicate a number of terms. 8th question I have taken √7, √21, 3 √7, so on up to 9 terms. So given, write it down. They are asking you to find the sum, right? Sum means Sn. So first we will see our A is equal to √7. R we will find. R in GP you have to divide it, that is √21 divided by √7. So it is √7, √21. See, √21 I can write as √3 into 7 is as 21, right? So √3 into √7 whole divided by √7. So √7 get cancels off, you are getting √3. So your ratio is √3. R you are getting √3. Now to find Sn, see in your GP there are two formulas based on your ratio. If R is greater than, if R is less than. Now here if you can see √3 is greater than 1, right? So greater than 1 formula is A R raised to n minus 1 whole divided by R minus 1. Why? Your R is greater than 1. So now substitute everything. So after coming at this point, see basically now we can't do anything much, but here is, root is there means we can go for our rationalizing part. Rationalizing means what? Now in denominator, whatever term is there, its opposite we are multiplying and dividing to numerator and denominator, right? So √3 minus 1 it is. So what we have to do? Multiply √3 plus 1 and divide √3 plus 1. So √3 plus 1, √3 plus 1. You have studied this rationalizing, right? Whenever if root is there means you can go for rationalizing part. So root 7, root 3 plus 1, see root 3 raised to n minus 1 it is. So I can write 3 raised to n by 2, root means what, 1 by 2, right? So 3 raised to n by 2 minus 1, root 3 minus 1, root 3 plus 1 means a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square form. So root 3 plus 1, 3 raised to n minus raised to n by 2 minus 1, root 3 square is 3, minus 1 square is 1, so 3 minus 1 is 2. So your SN is this. So next question, 13th one. How many terms of GP, 3, 3 square, 3 cube, so on, are needed to give the sum 120? See, before solving and all, every time I tell you, read the question properly. If you want, read it twice, then proceed further. First, whenever you start, write the given. Okay, how many terms they are asking, and to need it to give the sum 120, which means obvious SN you have to do, and SN they have given sum, right? SN what it is, 120, and they are asking how many terms, which means N they are asking. SN if they have given means N they are asking. Terms means N, right? From here we will get A, that is 3. We have to find R. It will be what, 3 square divided by 3. 3 square is 9 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3 3s are. So R you are getting as 3. Now take the formula based on your R. So R is 3, which is greater than 1. So it will be Sn, which will be the formula A, R raised to n minus 1 whole divided by R minus 1. Why? Because your R is greater than 1. Substitute everything. So you are getting Sn they have given 122, so 120 substitute. A it is 3, 3, R is 3, so 3 raised to n minus 1 whole divided by 3 minus 1. Keep it as it is, 3, 3 raised to n minus 1, keep as it is, 3 minus 1 is 2. Now next what you do is cross multiply 120 into 2. 120 into 2 you will get how much? 240. And numerator keep it as it is. See here in the numerator, here 3 raised to n is there and you want to find n itself. So don't multiply this. Okay, don't multiply this, just at the end. See, if it is here means, if it goes here means it goes to the division part, right? So 240 divided by 3 equal to, here left is what, 3 raised to n minus 1. So 3 ones are 3 8s are means 80 you will get. So you are having 80 is equal to 3 raised to n minus 1. Minus 1 taking it to the other side, 80 plus 1 is equal to 3 raised to n, which means 3 raised to n you are getting as 81. Now 3 raised to n, so 81 also get it in the form of your 3. See, 3 what raised to your 81? 3 raised to 4 is 81. Basically 3 raised to 4 is 81. So base, when base are equal, then automatic your powers also can be equal. So therefore your n is equal to 4. So how many terms are there? There are 4 terms. I hope this much is clear for you. If such questions are there, how you have to solve. 17th question. If the 4th term, 10th term and 16th terms of a GP are x, y, z respectively, prove that x, y, z are in GP. What they are telling? 4th term x, 10th term y, 16th term equal to z. This they are telling. Prove that x, y, z are in GP. See, whenever they have given x, y, z, so you have x, y, z. So you should know that the product, okay, the middle term of any 3 terms, the middle term, it is the square of the product of the first and last. It is square of the product of first and last, which means your y square is equal to product of your first term and your third term. Okay, if 3 numbers they are given, if the middle term, how it will be? Middle term square will be equal to the product of first and third term. So basically you have to prove this. So you can write, prove that y square is equal to x z. Right. Now first we will take A4. A4 is equal to x, right? So how it is given? A r cube, which is equal to x. A10, this is given a r raised to 9, which is equal to 9, and a r raised to 15, which is equal to z. Basically a raised to n form we are applying, a raised to n minus 1. Now we'll consider our LHS part and see whether we'll get RHS or no. So let me consider here only LHS, what it is, y square. What is y? AR 9 the whole square, right? So what will get? A square and 9 square is R 9 in again 9 into 2 18. So LHS y square you are getting this. Again RHS also will consider and we'll see, that is x into z. X is what? AR cube into AR raised to 50. See, A into A is A square. R base is same, 3 plus 15 is 18. So basically you can see your y square and your xz value you are getting same. So therefore your y square is equal to xz. Okay, this means these three terms are in GP if y square is equal to xz. I hope this much is clear for you all. Next question, 20th. Show that the products of the corresponding terms of the sequences like AR square so on up to AR n minus 1, it is one sequence, and capital AR square so on up to AR n minus 1 form a GP and find the common ratio. Means two sequences they have given, okay, they form a GP. You should make it in the form of GP and you have to find its common ratio. So first we will write down the sequences. So what they are telling here, show that the products of the corresponding terms of a sequence. So what we will do, we will find the product. Product means what? Multiplying. Say first term with this first term, second term of this sequence with the second term, multiplying it. Okay. So this becomes A into A, one term, second term AR into this capital AR, third term is AR square into AR square. So on, how it is AR raised to n minus 1 into AR raised to n minus 1. So you have made a sequence. Now we will find our common ratio. Okay. How it is given? Second term divided by first term, right? Common ratio we find it division. So it will be AR into AR whole divided by AA. So you can see your smaller get cancels, capital A get cancelled. So you are having R by R. So if you are not sure, third term with your second term also, you can just try and see. So AR square into AR square whole divided by AR into AR. So your 1A, 1R get cancels, capital A, 1R. So again you are having AR. So therefore common ratio is, which is equal to, okay, R. I hope this is clear for you. Next question, 28. The sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. Show that the numbers are in the ratio 3 plus 2 root 2 is to 3 minus 2 root 2. So they are telling sum of two numbers. So we don't know two numbers. What we are doing, let A and B taking as two numbers. What they are telling to show that the numbers are in the ratio. So A is to B should be equal to what? 3 plus 2 root 2 is to 3 minus 2 root 2. So basically your A value is this, B value is this, right? So you have to find it like this. Now from the question what they are telling, sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. Sum means plus, right? So A plus B is equal to 6 times means product, that is into, is means is equal to sum means addition. Please remember this, they are geometric mean. Geometric mean it is given by how? Root AB, right? So they are telling this. Now to find out your AB, what we can do, we can do our elimination method. Like you have got your A plus B, we will try to find out our A minus B, so that if I cancel out my plus B minus B, I will get at least A, right? So here see, we are using the formula identity, that is A minus B the whole square is equal to A plus B the whole square minus 4AB. So from this, see, A plus B whole square to A plus B we have already. From here we can find out A minus B. So we are using this identity, that is A minus B the whole square is equal to A plus B the whole square minus 4AB, right? So A plus B, what you are getting? 6 into root AB whole square minus 4AB, right? So this is 6 square 36 So you're getting 36 root AB the whole square. So root get cancels. I'm having 4AB. So you're getting 36AB minus 4AB. 36 minus 4AB, you're getting 32AB. This is A minus B the whole square, right? This is A minus B whole square. So you have to find minus AB. So the square part becomes your root. When it goes here to the right hand side, it becomes your root. So this becomes 32 root AB, right? 32 root AB. Now we can see at this 32, how I can write? Can I write it like this? 16 to the 32, right? 16 into 2 into AB. Why I have written like this? Because say 16 square root, we know that is 4. So say however like simple form you can do, just try to do it in your root also. So you are getting A minus B 4 root 2 root AB. So this you can take it as equation 2. Now we will do our elimination method, that is solving equation 1 and 2. So equation 1 is what? A plus B, which is equal to 6 root AB. Equation 2 is A minus B, which is equal to 4 root 2 root AB, right? You have already done this in your quadratic equation in your 10th standard. How we do? We add, subtract, right, depending on the terms. But here you see already plus minus is there, so I am not adding or subtracting anything. A plus A becomes what? Mine 2A. So here it is 6 root AB plus 4 root 2 root AB. So like this you are getting. Now what I can do? 2A. Say from this 2 I can take common, right? 6 to 4 is there. So 4, 2 I am taking common, and even root AB I can take common. I will be having 3, and here I will be having root 2, right? From this full I have taken root AB common, and from this 6 and 4 I have taken 2 as common. Sorry, here again 2 I will be having, right? 2 root 2. So this 2 get cancelled. So basically A you have 3 plus 2 root 2 root AB. So from here A value you have got. So substitute in any of this equation, in equation 1 or in equation 2, and get your B value. So substitute here A value. So I have substituted in first identity. So see, while taking the signs, be careful. See here I had made the mistake. Substituted everything. Open up this 6 root AB minus 3 root AB. See, plus into minus becomes minus 2 root AB. Root AB you take, you will get the B value. Okay. So B value you have got 3 minus 2 root 2 root AB. A is equal to 3 plus 2 root 2 root AB. Now writing it in the ratio form. Ratio form, how we write? A divided by B, right? So A is 3 plus 2 root 2 root AB. B is 3 minus 2 root 2 root AB. So root AB get cancelled. So you can see your A by B, A value you are getting 3 plus 2 root 2, and your B value 3 minus 2 root 2, which is equal, which we have shown, right? I hope this is clear for you. Please do it. So this ends your sequence and series topic. If any queries, please do ask. If any problem in any of the questions, you can ask it. Okay. Thank you.